just to get started, a few months back I worked on a project with an artist, a musician. He makes indie hip hop and kind of like just like chill rap type music. His name is Heath240. I'll link him down in the description. And he had a new project that was coming out. His song was called Chirp, and he asked me to make him just a little quick visualizer, kind of an animated type project. And so I said, yeah, I'd love to. I love the song, and I was really into it, and I wanted to make this. So we met up for just a really quick kind of impromptu video and photo shoot. I wanted to shoot a few rolls of film and then get just some clips of him on my camcorder that I could use throughout the video. I didn't really need too much, and I didn't go into it with too much direction. So many of you may be the same way as that, especially when you're not working with a huge budget. Just going, shooting, and hoping for the best, seeing what happens. And yeah, that might not be the best way to shoot or the right way to shoot, but at the end of the day, it is still a way to shoot. And when you're just starting out learning what to create, you really want to just shoot whatever and kind of make something with it, because you're just still learning how to edit, how to shoot, how to expose the light properly, how to do everything. So yeah, with that in mind, I didn't have too much going into the project. I knew it was just going to be a little 30-second kind of teaser type thing. And yeah, I really was excited for it. And when we went up, we did the shoot, had a great shoot, came home and developed the film, got a bunch of good photos from it. I'll throw some of those up now. And then I looked at some of the footage and I was like, all right, this will be perfect. This is all I needed. And I was really excited, ready to go. I'll put some of the clips in right now so you can just get a little gist of what's going on in the video and what the theme for it was. But just to put some ideas together, when I listened to the song, I would write down things I might want to put into the project, and certain timestamps of the song. I thought, oh, this would be really cool to have a drawing or just some overlays on top of the footage, or this time would be good for a clip that I had taken on a vacation from a while back. So I was really just kind of going with the whole mixed media approach. I had no control as to oh, I can only use video or I can only do animation. It was kind of I really want to just do a little bit of both, make the song look how it sounds. So I sent Heath the project, and he actually liked it so much that he wanted me to make a whole visualizer for the song, which was around I think 3 minutes or so. And I was like, that sounds like it could be fun. I definitely like the whole song, and this is a really good opportunity, so why not? And yeah, so we ended up not shooting any more footage. He liked the style that I had went with it, and he said, yeah, let's just make it into a whole entire visualizer. He sent me some photos of Daniel Price, who he has featured on his song, and really just kind of went crazy with the editing. So really that's what I want to do in today's video, is just walk you through the timeline and what my process was once I got all the footage, and then I wanted to just edit, because I know when you're first starting out, a lot of you may be just shooting a lot, and then when you get it all back, since you didn't put together a treatment, or since you didn't put together a mood board, you don't really have any idea of where you want to take it. You just go with what you shot. And like I said before, there's nothing wrong with that. And for this project, I'm going to show you how I did that as well. So let's just go ahead and jump into Premiere, and we'll get started in there. All right, so now that you guys had the chance to see the video, I just want to take a look at kind of what my process was while going through it. Really, for a music piece like this, I wanted to make sure that I was focusing on the music, since that's the main aspect and the main reason why people are going to be coming to watch it. So I made sure when I first started out, I really thought about that Super 8 vintage nostalgic feel, and I don't know, I just thought that would be the perfect way to introduce this song. So let's just go ahead and watch a little of this real quick. So with this intro scene, I had the Super 8 footage that I started with, and when I was watching it originally, I thought, this looks good, but what could make this better real quick? and I was just drawing these like abstract type shapes for a while, and I had them all on a piece of paper. I decided I would scan it and just overlay it, and I had it overlaid as the whole scan. As you can see, these are these you can see this is a much larger image that I actually just scaled up so that it wasn't just how it is like this. So as you can see, originally I had it kind of just playing through like this the whole intro, but it was kind of just like slow. So that's when I added in the other overlays, so it's just that back and forth kind of a feel. And I think it keeps the pace going a little bit more, especially for an intro. And then I add in a little just photo animation of Heath with his name tag. This is one thing I really wanted to do since Heath is still young in his music career. Just really let the people know who he is right away from the start. Regardless of how long they make it through the video, they know who he is, what he looks like, what his name is right at the beginning of the song. So I made sure to do that, and then since there was a feature, I added another little photo animation for where Daniel Price was. And these are super simple animations, nothing too wild. You can see in the breakdown, it's all I did was get little I don't even know what you would call it, just I guess little screenshots of individual photos, and then kind of just put them in frame by frame, maybe a little bit longer for each one. And I also, really for this part, it's just about playing around with, where exactly you want everything to be. Obviously, I could make it a little more perfect. I could make it a little more wonky. Just depends on how you want it to look like. So I decided I would do this for this exact part. This was a good intro in my opinion. The Super 8 really brings everything together. It's that warm summer kind of just joyful like feel. Introducing Heath and Daniel Price, and then as well as getting a good clip for the actual, the name of the song, Chirp, just to let people know what's going on. So right here is where the actual music cuts in, right at about 22 seconds. So since I'd been using so much Super 8, I decided I'd kind of end it off with a Super 8 transition. You can get these on the FilterGrade website. They're also, I'll have them linked in the description. They're super useful for really any project. And yeah, it was just like super helpful to have these to be able to just put the project together quickly rather than, having to make something that looks like it. It's just more authentic that way. So I get the real Super 8 border, and then I get into the actual body of the song, and I thought what could be perfect, and I really, when I was listening to it over and over again, I just got this feeling like some portrait style drawings mixed with a little photo collage of the actual photo shoot that me and Heath did could be really, really cool because it emits that artistic side, that, unrealistic world of the drawing that I have included, and then you get the realism of actually having Heath, his eyes, his mouth, whatever, integrated in the actual moving image. So I let this go for a little while, add some of my drawings, I add some with overlays, and the whole time that this is going, I actually have a Super 8 film kind of grain going along in the background. So when the drawings are placed like they are right now, you can't really see it too much. You can see a little bit of motion, but right here where there's no background, you can see this pink kind of it's just I call them red grain. This is a red grain loop. I think it's pink right now because of the white that the paper had, and it's just overlaid together. For example, let me just show you what I mean by that. So for this, in the blending modes, I always like to put something underneath, especially in a video project, to just show that raw movement to the image of it, because you don't want anything to be super standstill. So this is what the actual image or the actual drawing looks like when I had finished with it. And as you can see, you can't, I think it's 100%, yeah, so it's 100% opacity, so you can't really see through it too much. And I didn't like that. I wanted there to be some movement with it. So I just changed the blending mode to lighten, changed up the colors a lot to give it a more like warm kind of a feel. But it also, when you play it back, you can see the grain coming through it. And I think that really helps, just providing like grain throughout the whole entire project. It not only makes it look like it's always moving, since it's kind of a 2D animated project, but it also gives it that color aesthetic that you want. So you could, obviously, if I wanted it to be purple or blue or whatever, I would just go with a blue grain loop instead. Again, this is another one of our products on FilterGrade. It's called the 35mm film grain pack. It has video grain loops. It has scribbles, all types of analog textures and film animations that are really perfect for making projects like these. So make sure you check those out. I'll be sure to link those in the description as well. So moving forward, just more drawings. It's just still building up to the actual main part of the song, which comes in right here. And so right here, I wanted to make sure I had done a few drawings and stuff like that, so I wanted it to switch up a little bit. So I just do a quick, little overlay, 1, 2, and then zoom in a third time on this same drawing for right here. Just building it up, and then right when the beat switches up, I add in photos just to switch it completely over from drawing to photos, to go from unnatural to realism again. And so right when I get into the photos, just do a quick collage of those. These ones come in one at a time, frame by frame, and then the other 5 come in as well. And then from there, I bring in this aspect of realism again, but I'm doing it more so as a full screen thing, as opposed to like a photo collage aspect like these were. And I think that's, having the 2 different approaches is really beneficial, because it transforms the viewer's like mindset and perspective. And I think when you're working on short projects like this, you want to be doing that a lot, just like this song is doing. So keeping forward after this, just a bunch of different photos coming in and out. It's almost as if it were a video, just like a frame by frame video. Continuing on, more and more photos. I added a drawing in there, and then I played around with the photos here. Even putting the photos over together as well as over the red grain loop, I think it really helps, because it's just so much going on. And then I added this this footage as well of some beaches in California, and I made it into the hard light blending mode. I think this was perfect. It was more, I think I have a, yeah, so I guess, I don't know, I didn't like the way that it was looking at first, and I needed it to be a little bit brighter. This is what the normal footage looks like. Obviously, it's fine, it could have been good, but having the hard light made it that dreamy kind of like nostalgic feel. And so for something like this, I always want to just make sure that I'm mindful of not just putting in cool clips, but also adding in what the audio is. Video is 50% audio, and this is a perfect example of it. Heath says, "These people drive me crazy," and I wanted to make sure that I added in some, a little wild drawing that I had, since we didn't have too much time to get any just really ignorant and crazy crazy like photos or footage when we shot. So I added this in. This is one of those things about just timing wise, adding this into small town America. This gives it that feel of what the song is actually about. Then I changed it over to Super 8 again, but I added in without the border. It looks like nostalgic footage, but it doesn't have that border. I think it's a good way of showing similar style footage, but not having the same format almost, even though it is. So I'm moving forward again. Right here you can hear there's going to be another change coming in. And I just add in some more drawings. It's a flip back to, you know, the unrealism and then realism. And just for now, once it cut back in, like it did here, I really just decided, like, let's just go all out with it, add in whatever, both realism and unreal. I included a bunch of random photos. I changed up the color here as well, just to give it that different aspect and that feeling of movement, so it's not just all still again. Again, making sure that I'm staying up to par with what's going on in the song. This is playing a little slow because of my computer, but so yeah, this is another example of a quick little, you know, photo animation. And these are super simple to make. You just got to plan it a little bit in advance. For something like this, I just took 4 different photos of his face, you know, put them one after the other in a video, and then and a little grain loop in the back, and it's a video. And then we transition into Daniel Price's part. And when we transition, I really like to have that unrealism aspect with the drawings and, you know, the artistic thing. So add in some drawings. Play what the song actually feels like. I think these screenshots were missing. Play what the song actually feels like, and yeah, it just brings it all together. So again, there's another color change. Just keeps going through. I just keep alternating it. I just want there to be more and more going on, so it's all appealing to, you know, the viewer. So everything's just playing through, and I'm thinking about the ending, you know, what can I add? And I figured, you know, I started it with Super 8, why not finish it with Super 8? It's a perfect nostalgic type of footage and format that could go with this project, and I really think it just worked out well. I had some old footage from a camping trip, and I just chose one of the scenes that I had in it. This is an old Super 8 footage from California, and I just thought, although it was shot at such different time periods and in such different places, it really all adds up. So I ended it with, you know, created by Matt Moloney, that's myself, and another name tag for the song, just to let people know again what they were watching. And yeah, I think all in all, it really came together. It was a really great project. It was great working with Heath, and I think moving forward, I would definitely plan a lot more and shoot a lot more. But I think at the same time, with that being said, this is one of those things that this could be done because this is what you're looking for, and that's what Heath wanted, which is why we put this project together. You know, we didn't need too much of him. We didn't need too many photos of Daniel. We didn't need any. We just needed the feeling that the song was providing, and I think that really that helps a lot in the long run, so that the whole output of the project looks better. I really appreciate you checking out the breakdown. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. I know sometimes I feel like I'm not making the most, you know, beneficial and valuable informational content. But I know for me, when I'm going on YouTube and watching things, sometimes I see something that, you know, it might not be all the perfect, you know, format, the perfect look, whatever, this, that, or the other. But as long as the information's there, you can really learn a lot from it. So I do hope you learned from this video. Again, if you want to check out the video, the full video is at the link in the description. It's Heath240. The song is called Chirp, and it's featuring Daniel Price. Make sure you check it out and show some love. Tell him I sent you there. He'll definitely be happy to hear. And if you want to see a serious, you know, step-by-step editing process for some projects like this, any animation, things like that, let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely make a video on the step-by-step, you know, how to make all the photos overlay and look like that, how to add the vintage effects, whatever you want. Just let me know, and I'll make a tutorial on it. I think that could definitely be valuable for some people. But I hope you learned something about the process on how I shot this, you know, how I edited it, how I put it all together, and yeah, I hope you gained from it. So other than that, if you have any questions or comments, make sure you leave them in the description. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out.